Welcome everybody to the PK Sportscast. I'm your boy Johnny C here with the OG from season 1, Matt Marengo. How is it going, dude?
It's going good, man. Happy to be back.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you. I'm sure you are going to have plenty of bragging to do today coming off of a week where you had a perfect score. So congrats, first and foremost, on the perfect
Yeah, man.
score.
It's my
Yeah,
first
but
one, so I'm pretty stoked about it for sure.
you, you didn't have one last season, did you?
No. I think
Hey,
Knock might have been like the only one. Maybe you. I'm not sure. I don't
I,
remember.
I,
But
I got one. I think all of us got one and not got two last year. There were four
oh,
total
yeah,
last year.
makes sense. But I'm
Um,
glad I finally got one.
yeah, no, hey, good job, man. Honestly, we'll have Dave on here next week, but he came out with two of those things this week, like crazy. Like some weeks we don't have any, then this week we had three total. It's nuts. Um,
Fuck Dave.
I am so glad you brought the energy today, dude. I'm excited for this. This is gonna be a great episode. Well, not to get your rage going too much, but let's go ahead and talk about the Chiefs. There's actually a lot of good there, but I know there might be some bad too. Before we get too far into it, though, man, what's your take on the Chiefs right now? We haven't had you on really since the season started. Like, what do you think of the Chiefs?
Uh, Honestly, up until the last couple weeks, I was a little worried. The last couple weeks, we've definitely shown who we are. We've came out, got our stuff together. But going into this week, man, I got to mention Charles and Minihue. Having him come back and just make an impact instantly. Got a sack, two solo tackles. Dude was he did so much more. There was pressures all game long. He completely changed that front line. Awesome to see him up there with Chris Jones and Noddy. Just, dude, they were just all over the place. Love to see that. And Mahomes, he had over 300 yards in like the first half. Dude was like killing it, man. So he's out doing Mahomes things. Chiefs look great. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Chiefs are looking great, man. On some, sadder news, we lost Bolt this week. He's going to be out for a couple months. Found out he got to get surgery, but
Tough.
having Drew Tranquil, he's not going to fill, having Bolt out there. But I think Drew is a hell of a linebacker. He's gonna handle it just fine. He looked great at the end of the last game, so I don't think we're going to have any problems there, middle linebacker. And I mean, actually watching
I,
him beat
I
up on the Chargers and get a sack was one of the coolest things out of the game.
I like Leo Chenal too, man. People ain't talk about him much. He's
Yeah,
still up and coming,
yeah,
but the dude plays with heart, and he's got some smart plays. Like he knows how to read the offense. I think he's going to do a good job.
agreed. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, dude. With I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the Nick Bolton thing because I really like Nick Bolton, dude. So I think they can rally behind that injury and really like get it done. I think Omenihu being here is huge with that loss. Um, but I got faith in our guys for the first time in a long time. I have faith in some of our defensive depth, and
Right.
that's insane to say. It's been about 8-9 years since we could say
Dude,
that.
I was on my way to work this morning and I was listening to the radio and they said that it's like having a Marty Schottenheimer defense with an Andy Reid offense, and it clicked. It made sense. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see good guys on both sides of the ball. We've had talent in a lot of spots for a long time, but we're really putting it together right now. So it's really exciting to be a Chiefs fan. It's been exciting for the last decade, but it's just another one of those things. We got a lot of young guys, bright future to look forward to.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy because you and I, we've been lifelong Chiefs fans. I mean, we've been through
Right,
the very, very bad days,
man.
and now, like, I thought we had bandwagoners starting around 5 years ago when Mahomes had his MVP season. But now, dude, I mean, we got Taylor Swift. Like, holy shit, dude. You know how many fucking
Man,
bandwagon Chiefs fans
can
we
we
got
get
right
through
now?
anything without mentioning this lady? Like,
I knew that was gonna mess with you. I had to, bro. I had
man, like,
to.
congrats to Travis Kelsey and Taylor, and I'm happy for them. But can we move it along, please?
Yeah, no, for real, bro. Every time we score or Travis has a big play, they got to show her and Brittany up
Man,
there.
they
Woo!
don't even show Travis celebrating anymore, and that's one of the best parts. They just picture straight to Taylor.
Man.
It's nuts, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that is nuts. But on to another subject. I'm curious to know what you think of this. This is brand new news as of today. We did not, script any of this. We just got the notification about an hour ago. Justin Ross charged with felony. What was it? Criminal damage over $25,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save what I have to say about it. What do you think about that?
It's rough, man. It's rough because we've seen all off season Justin Ross making leaps and bounds, and dude, in the few opportunities he's gotten, has looked fantastic. He's gone up and gotten the ball. He's been the big guy that we really think he could be. He just hasn't really gotten those opportunities, and I thought he was well on his way, and this throws a kink in that whole situation, unfortunately. And hopefully it comes out that there was something fishy going on and he whatever, but it's going to have to be a hell of a story for sure. I mean, hopefully the young kid didn't do too much, but yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks for all of Kansas City, but really it sucks for him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, innocent until proven guilty. He's been charged with it, arrested. I don't know. There's not really much on the story yet. It just says that he's being charged with this. I hope to God he didn't do anything too crazy. It unfortunately with the headline doesn't seem to be that way. But I'll say something that Dominic also messaged me this too, so we both have a point. You guys know him. I had to shout him out, but we're already at a point where everybody's looking at the Kansas City wide receiver room right now, and they're saying you're the problem. So you're the guy who's getting probably the least amount of targets on the active roster. Even though, and a lot of people have faith in you, they want to see you get more involved, but he hasn't been. And you were, the way Dom said it, you are a new wide receiver, undrafted, fighting for a role on this team that is looking to fill in wide receiver gaps. And you go out and do something like this, bro. It's terrible timing. It's terrible timing. Yeah. And you've got 3 catches for 34 yards this season. And we're about to be in week 8. That's tough, bro. That's tough. I hope he didn't do anything too crazy. Chiefs haven't said anything about it other than acknowledging that they know about it. But if he did do that, man, like I don't see him being on this team anymore, man. And if anything, I think that it really justifies that McCole signing this week, which was nice to have him back too this week.
Oh,
he didn't
man,
really do much,
wasn't it? We didn't even mention him. I feel terrible for that.
No, it's all good. Like, not too much on offense, but I mean, he had the great punt return. You could tell he brings energy, and people missed him, and he had some chemistry, so that was awesome.
He set up that last touchdown. There was like 3rd and 6, and he got that first down, and then the next play, Pacheco went into the end zone. So, I mean, a couple big plays from him. Great to have him back. And that kick return, man, on Dante Hall's day, getting into the Ring of Honor, that was amazing. So, yeah, good to have Jet back for sure.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what he can do with the offense now. And I'm really big on Rashee Rice too, man. He looks like he's going to be a real threat, dude. Like now that I see they're starting to give him some more targets, and he's fucking making it work, dude. He's not dropping the ball. Sky Moore, you better step it up, bro, because it's about to get real chippy in there. Like I said, Justin Ross might be out of there, so that might have saved you with the McCole signing, but I guess they're about to fix those gaps. Either way, though, I'm really happy with what this offense looks like. They look a little more true to form. I think that they're not as flashy as they used to be, but with a solid defense like that, dude, Mahomes is going to be Mahomes on any given week. I mean, this is like that kind of offense you see that a Jimmy G or an Alex Smith can make it to a Super Bowl, but maybe not win it because they have a good defense and a solid offense. But this, like when you have Mahomes at the helm, dude, with Travis and those guys, like any given week, though, like Travis will go for 180 and Mahomes is going to have 424 yards or something like that. Like
crazy.
Scary. But I will say this, though. While I am happy with how things are moving in the right direction with that wide receiver core, I'm just going to say it, because I have to remind people this every once in a while. I do in fact, miss Tyreek. I am not a stupid fucking Chiefs fan who will say I don't. That guy is killing it this season, bro. Murdering.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss Tyreek, honestly. But dude is probably dude, he's on track to be MVP. If wide receivers won MVP, like it sounds stupid to say, but dude's on pace for over 2,000 yards right now, and it is absolutely crazy the numbers that they're putting up in Miami all around. But Tyreek is that freaking dude, man. So I don't really have much else to say about Tyreek other than congratulations. You know, I wish you were still in Kansas City.
Yeah.
But you know what? But yeah, good job on him. You know, that's really all I got to say about Tyreek, man. Yeah.
No, you said it perfectly, bro. I don't have too much more to add on to that. I mean, I missed the fucking peace signs and the attitude, man. Like he's fun to watch, bro. He's fun to watch. Dude took the cell phone, did the backflip, and like he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
And like you said, he's on pace to break the record. I think what's the record right now? It's like 1964 by Calvin Johnson or something.
Something crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like kudos to him. But you know, not to play devil's advocate too hard, but I came on here last week and we did talk about the Miami Dolphins. And, you know, I do think that they are a Super Bowl contender, but there are a couple of things that I do have to fix with what I said last week. You know, Miami went out and took an L to Philly this week by 14. They only put up 17 points against Philly, who's kind of been struggling this season, not defensively, but not doing the best. I have to retract some statements from last week. I don't think they're as real as I thought they were. Do you think they're the hottest team in the AFC right now? Or one?
Absolutely. They're definitely not the hottest team in the AFC right now. The hottest team in the AFC right now is Kansas City Chiefs, who are on a 6-game winning streak now. So that's the hottest team in the AFC. I think they need to prove it when it matters. You know, I think they've gone out and they've put up a lot of big numbers and they've beaten some teams, but really, like we had talked about before, the only good, decent team they've played was the Chargers, and they're 2-4. And so and the Chargers are looking like Chargers of old. You know, they're hanging into those games, but they lose at the end. So, I mean, they're a half-assed decent team, but that's really the only team they've played. They struggled against New England. They blew out Denver, got their ass beat by Buffalo. I mean, they put up some points against New York and Carolina, but then got beat by Philly. So I agree with
they
both
haven't
sides
beat a team
bit,
over
you know?
500. Bro, listen to this. So the thing you just went into, they put up 36 on the Chargers. That's a 2-4 team. They only put up 24 against New England. That's a 1-5 team. They put up 70 against Denver, which I love that they did that against Denver because fuck Denver. You hear me say it every week. I know y'all saw last week what I said about them, but I think a lot of those stats came from that game. A lot of the offense being over 3,000 yards, all this stuff. Like they did. You got to remember that is one of those this early in the season it will sway the averages. You know, they put up 70 fucking points and a ton of yards on these guys. Lost to Buffalo. They only put up 20. 31 on New York Giants, who, I mean, they started their season losing fucking 40-0 to the Cowboys. They're 1-5. And they just won their first game against Washington. 42 points against Carolina. They're 0-6. Nothing else needs to be said there. And then they lose to Philly. Like, I agree. You got to do it when it matters because really all they've shown is that they can beat the shit out of really bad teams. Combined, all the teams that they've beaten have 5 wins.
You make some very valid points. I agree with you, man. I 100% agree with you, man. I think they've got talent to the seams. They're busting at the seams with talent. They're a hell of a football team, and they are probably the fastest football team I have ever seen in my almost 30 years of watching football. It's crazy. But they've got to prove it against the good teams. They lost against a struggling Buffalo team 48-20. That's one of the better teams in the AFC. That's somebody you got to beat in the playoffs. You can't lose that game. So
I
I agree,
came on
man.
here
They got a
last
lot
week
to
and
prove.
said, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
No, they got a lot to prove. They've got a New England team that they've already beat, but only by one score coming up next week. But then they got Kansas City, and I believe that game's in Germany. So that's going to be a prove it game right there. If they can
I
beat
came on here
Kansas
last
City,
week.
go
They
ahead.
do. Detroit did though. All I'm like, I was gonna say the same thing. They got to beat the Chiefs, but I came on here last week and I said I was afraid to play Miami. I said I'm terrified to see Tyreek put the deuce up on us. But this week kind of gave me more hope. I'm like, you know what? I started looking at these stats. You beat all these teams that have 5 total wins after 7 weeks. I feel confident. I feel pretty confident. I wish it was an Arrowhead. I really do.
Yeah.
But they love us in Germany, bro. They do. There's gonna be a lot of red in the stands. A lot
Oh
of red in
yeah.
the stands. Oh yeah, just wait. They love us in Germany. When I was over there, fucking loved us. Talking like as soon as they talk football, they asked about Mahomes. I wasn't even wearing Chiefs gear, bro. They fucking love us.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
But yeah, I feel a lot more confident. I think if we can shut down Tyreek, we might be all right. And honestly, we might even be able to pull out a win with him getting 150 yards. It seems to be the way they lose anyway.
Yeah.
So, but you mentioned beating us. If they did beat us, it would be a prove it game. I mean, fuck, Detroit beat us, and then they got mollywopped this week.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But I think honestly, you could make a better case for Detroit going to the playoffs and making a run than you can for Miami right now. I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, I mean, they went in and they only won by a point, but week one beat the defending Super Bowl champs, who have lost one game all season. Um, Lost in overtime to Seattle, but then went on a 4-game tear. I mean, they didn't really play anybody too big, but Tampa's been decent. That defense is still good, even though they got Baker Mayfield on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he's doing what he can. That defense is still good. 120-6 there, and then I mean, he got mollywalked by Baltimore. That's where you're kind of like, all right, come back to earth type deal with Detroit, but also Baltimore was my pick to go to the Super Bowl this year. I think Baltimore stepped it up this week, and they're going to continue to go further ahead through the rest of the season. So Baltimore's not really a team Detroit has to worry about anyway until later on. So I think Detroit, honestly, yeah, like I said, you could make a better case Detroit going into the playoffs and making a run right now than you could for Miami for sure.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you. I'm looking at it right here. I mean, started off against KC. Now, I know they gave the announcer a lot of shit because he said there's an asterisk on this game. But let's be real. They won by 1 point. Kadarius Toney, I've said it on this show multiple times. I said it on the Win Daily show multiple times. Kadarius Toney created a 10-point swing on his own. We should have won that game. I'm not mad at Toney about it anymore. It is what it is, but it's just how it is. We should have won that game without Travis Kelce, Chris Jones sitting in the stands, and Kadarius Toney handing away pick sixes. We should have won that game. I don't think Detroit's that real. And that was week one. We were shaking the rust off. We looked shitty. Then they turn around. They lose to Seattle, who's the only team over 500 that they've played other than Tampa. Atlanta, trash. Green Bay, trash. Carolina, trash. Tampa Bay, mediocre. They're like the Chargers, but actually with a winning record. So I don't know. I think Detroit isn't all that great either, but their resume stacks up much better against Miami's. Like Miami just beat the shit out of the Broncos, which,
Detroit
unless
also
you're Green
has
Bay, it's easy.
Detroit also has one of the easiest schedules I think I have seen for the rest of the season. Have you seen the rest of their schedule?
No,
They
throw it
got
out.
they got Vegas next week, LA, the Chargers, Chicago, Green Bay, New Orleans, Chicago, Denver. Tough game week 16 against Minnesota. Tough game 17 and 18 against Dallas and Minnesota. So their last 3 weeks are rough, but the next 5-6 weeks, very winnable games.
The record may
Very
not
winnable
say it,
games.
but I think New Orleans might be the hardest team on that schedule. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the Cowboys. New Orleans was what I was thinking before you said Cowboys. But New Orleans and Cowboys, that's tough. Minnesota can always fight tough. I'm sitting here, I'm watching them compete with 49ers right now. We're watching this live. As you guys know, we record on Monday nights, but Minnesota, as much as I said they'd be 14-3, their record ain't really that great either. You know what I mean? So that is pretty easy schedule, bro. That's nuts. They really have,
and especially as good as they're playing, especially as good as they're playing. I mean, Jared Goff's playing like he's back in LA. So I mean, they're doing real well.
Yeah, I will say though, and here's what's crazy. I'm gonna throw some shit at you that a lot of people, even myself, was surprised when I looked these stats up. And I wish I had them written down right now, but I'm going to throw them at you the best I can. So everyone's talking about, Detroit's got one of the best offenses. Kansas City's not looking all that great. If you look it up right now, the Chiefs average more yards per game, more passing yards per game. We have less rushing yards because David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, that's a fucking duo. But it's not by much. Our differential is better. It's and we're playing much better teams.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, while we may not look like the flashy MVP team, may not be flashy anymore.
I mean,
our offense is still better than Detroit's on paper. I'm just saying.
If we were to play Detroit this coming week, I think we'd put a hurting on them worse than Baltimore did this past week, honestly, the way we're playing. I think exactly what you said, week one, we got the banners put up, we got the rings, we had the whole parade and dog and pony show. There was a lot of shit going on. Wide receivers couldn't catch for shit. The ball was hitting them in the hands and they couldn't catch it. We gave that game away. You're correct. We should have won that game easily by 10 plus. But, I mean, Detroit's got an easy-ass schedule. I think they got a definite chance to run at least into the playoffs. I think they might run into a buzzsaw if they don't pull out their division, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, dude. We'll be watching them, man. I mean, right now it's looking like they're the clear winner of that division. I do hope that the Vikings get their shit together and come through and help me just for the sake of not getting too much shit. Because I already picked the Colts last year, man. I can't have another team do this to me.
I think I picked Detroit to win their division for sure. I don't.
Oh, man, I'm gonna call your bluff.
I think I did.
Letting y'all know, I'm about to pull my computer screen up, and I'm about to just like turn into a ghost. So don't pound me too hard. But I gotta look at this now because I think I've got your stuff here in the master sheet. Yeah, let me see what you got.
Yeah, go ahead and pull me up.
You had Detroit winning 12-5.
Okay. I think that's very manageable.
You had Chicago 11-6 though. You had Chicago 11-6. You had Tampa 5-12. I will say I do want to talk about one thing that's on here. You had Philly going 17-0. And I'm not going to give you too much shit because they lost one game. We all know the 17-0 thing is very hard to pull off. But do you still have faith now that, 7 weeks have gone by since you've been on the show? Do you still have faith that they're going to be in the Super Bowl next to the Ravens?
100%, man. The Eagles are about it. They're that team. I mean, any given Sunday, right? It happens. But they have proven far and above that they are, if not the best team, tied with the Niners. It's a toss-up on any given Sunday between those two teams. I think they're definitely top of the NFC. They're going to be just fine running through the playoffs. They're going to win their division. I hope Jalen – I'm really hoping Jalen wins the MVP so I can be right. Dude's having a heck of a season anyway, but we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, man, I have no problem. The Eagles are going to be just fine. Like I said, I think it's going to be them and the Niners in the championship game once again, and it's just going to be a toss-up from there. I just happen to pick the Eagles this year because they lost last year in the title game.
Nice, dude. I mean, shit, no one's going to be mad if Tyreek's the one who beats Jalen out for it. I'm just saying.
I mean, honestly,
did anyone guess Tyreek?
I don't know. That'd be pretty cool though. Wide receivers don't win MVP, so I don't think any of
I wanted to, but I was not going to be caught dead doing that. I wanted to win this year, so I was like, nah. There's no way. And he's fucking doing it.
Do we know current scores right now after this week?
I'll tell you. All right, here comes Ghost Paleness, just so you guys know. But I'm gonna look up these scores real quick. So,
Because I
Jesus
think I
Christ,
was
that's
in
worse
like
than I thought
I
it
was in
was.
like next to last 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so no, I'll tell you. I don't have it tallied up because the Monday night game is going on right
Oh, I
now.
got you. Actually, shout
But
out Christian McCaffrey. You got me a touchdown just a minute ago.
I'll tell you right now, though. Let's see. So I have 0 points so far this week. Not so good. If I don't get any more points, I'll be at 13.5. Ross will be at 6.5. Tanner is going to maintain the lead with 17. Um, let's see. Dom, pointless again. He's going to be at 7.5. Dishman, he's going to go up to 13. He'll be a half point behind me. So that's good on him. You had a perfect score. So you had 10.5. You'll be at 15.5. You'll be definitely taking that from me. You'll still be behind Tanner. Caleb's going to
That's a
jump
big
up
jump.
to.
Needed
Yeah,
that.
Caleb will jump to 11. Josh will be at 10. And then fucking Dave, dude. Dave.
Yeah, fuck Dave. Fuck Dave.
He was in ninth out of 10th. Ninth out of 10th. He had 6 points. He's got 11 this week. So he will be tied for first with Tanner at 17 unless he wins tonight's score. Both of them have Minnesota winning. Tanner's got 28-27 mini. Dave's got 17-10 mini. You've got San Francisco 30-17. I've got mini 23-20. I'm hoping for the 23-20. I need a perfect score to dig me out of this fucking hole because, these perfect scores are putting me away this week, bro. They're putting me away. But yeah, so as of right now, though, tied in first place at 17 apiece is Tanner and Dave. And you're in third technically, but you're right behind both of them at 15.5.
Cool. That's what I wanted to know.
And I'm behind you at 13.5. So thanks, bud. You and Dave managed to fucking push me to fourth place in 1 week, bro.
Who invited Dave?
I did. He's a Parsonian, man. He's a Parsonian. You know, we needed a 10th. I wasn't gonna have 9 people in the competition, and the guy
it
knows
makes
his
sense.
football.
Welcome, Dave.
I will say this though. That's amazing, dude. I'll make sure he sees that clip. He'll be on next Monday. He'll be on next Monday. You should jump on for that one. So yeah, man, crazy fucking week, dude. Like, what are the chances? Like, if only he was putting money. You know how much money you get for guessing perfect scores if he would have put in money, or you would have put in money on any of those scores, dude. I tried one Denver Broncos Chiefs game last Thursday. I tried to throw one in, and I was way off. I guess like 30-27 Chiefs because I thought the Broncos would play us harder than they did. But I saw like $1 was going to pay me like fucking $1,100 on that bet. It was crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you guess correct score, like that's why I was telling you guys last year, I was like, honestly, man, if you spend $15 a week just putting $1 on all your scores from the pod and one of them actually fucking hits, like it'll make you your money back for the whole season.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a terrible idea. I'm just saying I haven't been doing it, but I wish I would have because I got a perfect score in week 2. It wouldn't have taken me long at all.
Yeah, but that one that I got, honestly, it was 14-7. You know how many 14-7 there was
in history? You should
I'm saying that I guessed that and at the time meant it, but it was really just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks,
Oh, that's what they all say. Let me see. How many NFL games have ended 20 or no, not 20. Fuck. 14-7. What is going on?
Probably a lot.
Oh, my number locks off. 14-7. Oh, here we go. All game scores in pro football history. All right. 14-7? Bet you it's not as much as you think. 14-7. 90.
That's it. Oh, damn.
That ranks 32nd most score of all time.
Okay.
Not the craziest. Not the
That's
craziest.
it's crazy that they keep that as a stat. I mean,
20 to
there's stats for
17.
everything. That's nuts.
Yeah. 20 to 17 is the most common score with 285 games ending with 20 to 17. 27-24 is the perfect score I got for the Baltimore game. That's the second most common score, 232. Random for you. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. So, Marengo, you definitely guessed a really good one. He had 16-13 and 24-17. I think both of those showed as more common.
Yeah.
What's the score of this this Minnesota game? Ooh, 16-7. Guess what? I got 23-20, and that's on pace. That's on pace. I'm just saying. Give me a perfect score tonight, baby. Shit, hold on. Can I put a bet in right now?
You said what's the score? Who's winning?
It's Vikings are up 16-7.
Oh,
So
yeah. I mean,
your chances are gone for a perfect score tonight. But
yeah,
if
definitely can't get a
if San
perfect
Francisco
score.
turns it on, yeah, if San Francisco turns it on, though, you can get damn close.
Yeah.
But no, dude, it's been a very interesting season. What is your biggest surprise from this season?
Honestly, my biggest surprise is I'm in two different fantasy leagues, and to be honest, both my teams are about the same, and I'm 6-0 in one league, and I'm 0-6 in the other league. I'm projected damn near the same points every freaking week. I play the same players, kill it in one league, and I get my ass beat in the other. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. It's been driving me crazy all week. I finally get to bitch about it to somebody that understands.
Bro, I fucking feel you, man.
That's my biggest surprise. Other than honestly getting that perfect score with New York and Washington, that's my biggest surprise this week.
Yeah, man. Hey, welcome to second place, bro. Welcome to silver.
It's nice.
Out of
It's
10,
nice.
That's pretty nice.
You know what? It's nice to be on the podium somewhere.
You kicked me off the podium and made a spot, you fuck. Hey, that's how the cookie crumbles, bro. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, that's nice. I will not slander the Broncos on my surprise for once this week, though. I wanted to slander Green Bay for losing to those fucking scrubs. I'm gonna go to another division rival. I'm gonna point the gun over this way. Raiders, 30-12 against Chicago. 30-12 against Chicago. I was surprised. I know the Raiders aren't all that good, but 30 points put on you by Chicago. That's almost as surprising as Marengo saying they'd be fifth seed. Like,
Get fucked.
I'm just saying, like,
buddy.
even the Broncos beat the Bears. Like, come on, man. I just didn't expect it. Didn't expect it at all.
Broncos country's riding this week.
Broncos country, let's hide. Like, y'all got to get the fuck out of here, man.
They already came out and said Russ ain't gonna be the quarterback next year, so we'll
They came
see
out
what
and just
happens.
said that? I don't think they said that.
Oh my goodness! Here, I'll pull it up right now. Russ.
There's just like a video of Sean Payton coming out and actually saying,
Yeah, he said,
went
"Fuck
out.
Russell Wilson."
I told him to stop taking pictures with kids and all that other shit he was saying. He told him to stop being so nice. They're gonna bring in someone mean next year. They're tired of that nice shit in Denver. They're all mad about their under 500 seasons. They're ready to come in with some grit. Who'd be a good?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. It's just Denver people posting about it, basically calling for Russell to get out of Denver. Basically.
I mean that has been a thing for about I don't know. Started about week 6 last year. No, dude, they need a guy with grit to come in and replace Russ. Like, I don't know. They gotta bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick out of retirement or something. Like, they gotta do something, bro.
I don't even know, man. I don't know what they need. I hope they keep going on the same track they're on. Honestly, I don't really give a damn.
Hey, we play them next week, man, and
you know what? Why don't y'all just hire Chip Kelly? Y'all can hire Chip Kelly, and he can be your coach of the future. I would love that.
They already tried to bring in I mean, they already tried to bring in someone that was doing the targeting, man, with Sean Payton. They're like, we gotta bring in some grit, Sean Payton. We're gonna get targeting on people. Like that dude, y'all, you seen Kareem Jackson, bro? He was trying to put people on a stretcher. He got suspended for 4 games for that hit yesterday. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Oh, dude. Okay, when we get off here, you need to look up his hit on Musgrave from the Packers yesterday.
Yeah,
dude,
I didn't get to watch.
Which I will say this though. I will say this because I'm not a Broncos fan, and it's hard for me to even say what's about to come out of my mouth. But I can't believe they suspended him for 4 games for that hit. Like, it was a little hard hit, but like those are the same kind of hits that like Ronnie Lott and Troy Polamalu and Ray Lewis are famous for that kind of shit.
Yeah, but it's a different generation of football, man. It's changed.
It's one of those
changed just in the last 5 years, let alone the last 20.
Yeah.
So,
like, what do you do when you try to go in and tackle somebody and you're genuinely just trying to hit them dead in the fucking chest and knock them down, and they put their head down like this, and now all of a sudden it's a helmet to helmet. You're just like, bro, like, I'm just trying to get low for a tackle. Like,
I love that they signed Russ for, what was it, 4 years, 5 years when he never even played a game. That was, and he just, that was amazing. It's just
started the season off by losing in Seattle.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'll say one last thing that we'll get off.
Yeah,
I said I wasn't going to
keep going.
But the best thing that I was seeing other people from Denver talking shit too. They said the best thing Russ did for Denver was bring Sierra. That shit was funny.
Oh, dude. That's fucked up.
Anyways, man, nah, dude. Fuck Denver. All right, so we're off that. Any other points from this week that you want to bring up, man? We're already getting near the end of the show. Anything else you want to throw to the people?
No. I think we covered most everything. Honestly, like I said, man, I didn't get to watch a whole lot other than the Chiefs game, so I got a lot to talk about on the Chiefs. Obviously, huge Chiefs fan, but we'll roll into next week, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more to say.
All right, I was giving you an opening to talk your shit since y'all beat the hell out of TCU, but I'll take it for you. Good job, K-State. Good job, K-State.
Yeah, no, go. Good job, K-State. And hang on, I got to shout this kid out because true freshman. Hang on.
I knew there was
something. I can't remember his name, and I hate myself for it. Avery Johnson. This kid came out and scored 5 rushing touchdowns. True freshman. 5 rushing touchdowns in his first college D1 football game. That is absolutely insane. Congrats to that kid. Go Cats. Like, that's fucking nuts. And also just held TCU, a Big 12 rival, one of the best teams, a playoff team last year, to 3 points. Go Cats, man. Go fucking Cats.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Now
I'm
off.
That's what I want. Awesome, man. No, dude. Hey, thank you so much for finding time to jump back on the show, dude. Like I said, always great to have one of the season 1 OGs on. And hopefully we'll see you again before the end of the season. But until then, man, have yourself a great week, and good luck getting more perfect scores this week.
Later, man.
Can't even speak.
Fuck you, Dave.
Later.